Job Vlog.
Well guys, it's that time for me to review a movie from 1984, and since it is a sort of rom-com, that means nobody's gonna watch this video. No Small Affair stars Jon Cryer as Charles Cummings, a wannabe photographer saving up $8,000 to move to Milan. Problem is, he's 16 years old, and while out taking photos, he captures the image of struggling singer 22-year-old Laura Victor, played by Demi Moore. Becomes infatuated with her, finds out that she works at some club doing some low-level American Idol style rock singing. So you know, of course, they're gonna have to hook up. There's nothing in this movie that would fly today. You have the main guy, 16 years old, everybody, mom, brother, shit, everybody he knows is trying to get him to hook up with somebody or get him drunk. At one point, his brother, who is engaged to the voice of Tommy Pickles, has like a bachelor party. They're watching porn. There's a sex surrogate that comes over, aka basically licensed prostitute, wants to hook up with Jon Cryer. What the shit? Is that getting to be one of my new catchphrases? This movie's probably most notable for being the debut of several people. Well, perhaps along with Blame It on Rio, you have this as Demi Moore's debut, but it's definitely the debut feature film for Jon Cryer, Tim Robbins, Tate Donovan, and Jennifer Tilly. In a move that would go on to backfire, Charles decides that he needs to get some publicity for Laura. He buys advertisements on all of the taxi cabs in town, and it just shows her picture and says she's the best and her phone number, and everybody's calling for like hand jobs and shit. This pisses her off, but then she realizes they spent $6,000 to help her career, so now they have to get it on, right? And you do get to see a little bit of Demi boob. I think the bigger point made with this movie is unintentional, and it really showcases the moral breakdown of society. You start off with Charles getting in trouble for back-talking his mom, and you're thinking, okay, the kids do that much in the 70s? Nah, they would have got hit. Maybe the 80s is the start of the back-talk age. Then with Laura getting some fame, allegedly, being told she needs to go to Los Angeles, she's leaving, the next day? Oh, but I think we need to have sex with a 16-year-old. So then they go to the airport and they're saying their goodbyes, and then Jon Cryer's walking away and Jennifer Tilly is at an arcade, and he's like, I think I'm gonna hook up with her next. Now here's the weird thing about that. Now we have turned him into sort of a sex fiend overnight, and Jennifer Tilly is a character who only appeared talking at the beginning of the movie, like, hey, I like you. Oh, you don't like forward girls? And other than that, she's always at an arcade. And it's just infrequent times you just see her at an arcade. So she's visiting multiple arcades around the city, and she just goes, I guess I need to go to the airport's arcade now. Yeah, it's weirdly convenient, but it's also chauvinistic, dare I say. Oh, now Charles can just assume he can hook up with anybody because he got some Demi Moore. Otherwise, this is a fairly run-of-the-mill teen sex comedy type thing. There may not be enough scattered ass for it to be a sex comedy, but I give No Small Affair 2 out of 4 stars. Okay, so you've made it this far, but are you ready to go further? Are you ready to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and maybe even sign up for my weekly podcast on Patreon? It's only $1 a month.